So welcome everyone to our What's the Buzz monthly chat series. So excited to have you here joining me with REPAY today. We have Nate Garcia and Liz Anderson talking about bridging the gap between AR and AP payments with Fintech. So welcome Liz and Nate for being here and chatting with me this month on What's the Buzz.
Thanks, Amy. We're excited to be here.
So
Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome. And we have a lot to cover today. So I want to make sure we can try and get through all of it if we can. Again, this is recorded for those of you who have registered and aren't able to make it. And of course, we are here on LinkedIn Live if you're there as well. And we're here in Zoom. So thank you again for joining us. We are going to chat with Liz and Nate right now. So Liz, tell us a little bit about REPAY and share the audience what you guys do.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. And hello, everybody. And thanks for joining us today on What's the Buzz. This is actually my first LinkedIn Live experience. So thank you, Amy, for providing this experience for me to see what all the buzz is about with LinkedIn Live. And we can share the buzz with you all with What's the Buzz around Fintech. So REPAY offers next generation integrated solutions that help businesses more easily accept payments and make AP vendor payments. REPAY is headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, and was founded in 2006. And we are a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. And we've experienced tremendous growth through acquisitions over the last 5 or so years. And REPAY is a recognized G2 high performer, a Momentum leader, and an easiest to use payments platform. And so we're super honored to be recognized as a G2 leader and provide payment and fintech solutions out there for our customers and our partners.
Awesome. And what I love about our What's the Buzz series is we are ERP agnostic. Most of the time we're focusing on many different ERPs. So I'd love to hear what vertical and channels you guys focus on.
Yeah, REPAY serves both B2B and B2C clients. And some of our key verticals, first and foremost, align with the integrations that we also have ERP integrations with. And in addition to that, we also have some focus around government, healthcare, hospitality, property management, auto, consumer finance, to name a few. We also have multiple ERP channels that we integrate into today. And some of those key ones that we work with are Acumatica, Sage, Microsoft Dynamics, 365 Business Central, SAP Business One, and AccountMate. And on top of that, in addition to the ERP platforms, we also have integrations with multiple common e-commerce platforms to provide customers a full omni-channel payments experience.
Yes, that's a lot to cover.
Yeah. Yes, and those integrations continue to grow. So continue to stay tuned as we continue to grow and expand our channels as well.
All right. Well, Nate, it's my understanding that REPAY started out in the ERP space and now as integrated card processing solution. But can you share how REPAY has evolved to offer AR and AP payments?
Sure. First off, Amy, thanks again for inviting us on here. This is also my first LinkedIn Live experience, so I'm kind of excited to be here with everybody and sharing kind of what REPAY does. So many of our partners in the channel know us as credit card processing, and that's true. That's where we started out with credit card and ACH processing. We built several integrations into the ERP market to offer seamless integrations, payments on the fly. Then we evolved into what was called Click to Pay, which is like a customer portal that allows the customer to take control of making those payments via web links. And now, most recently, in the past few years, we've developed an AP solution. So now we have a what's called Total Pay, which is AP payments, AR payments, and ACH payments. Also includes Click to Pay, most of which are integrated right into the ERP.
Nice. So you cover it all, basically.
Mm-hmm. We are your one-stop shop for payments these days, bridging that gap between AR and AP.
I think everybody should do that. It should be like a necessity, yeah. Right? And Nate, if clients aren't using REPAY today, what are they doing to manage payments? What are you seeing out there in the space as you're talking to customers and partners?
Well, there's a couple different things. On the AR side, we still come across an awful lot of customers who are manually into a piece of hardware, a terminal sitting on the counter. We see a lot of struggle with AP payments as these customers grow. Lots of checks being lost in the mail, especially around the pandemic time. That was a disaster. Having a lot of cash flow discussions and just trying to get the customers to understand they don't need to keep doing what they've always been doing. The sending checks, the setting up wires, the setting up the direct bank ACHs, we can handle all that for you in the Total Pay solution. So I would encourage to reach out and check on that for anybody that's still doing the old processes.
And Nate, wouldn't you say it's true that we often run into customers who don't even realize that they can get an integrated solution for their ERP when it comes to payments, right? They're going to their bank for information to figure out how to manage payments. And so, trying to get the word out there in the ERP space that, hey, there's integrated solutions out there that take away all of this manual effort for them, I think has been something that we've continued to try to spread the word on.
Absolutely. It still kind of amazes me from time to time to talk to customers using a specific ERP that are still doing just really, really antiquated processes. The number of times I hear, we have a credit card number saved on a spreadsheet that we reference once a month to take payments. That's where I have to kind of go like that. And then, there is a better way. The integrated payment solution is definitely easy, saves time and money, and can keep you from out of PCI compliance nightmares as well.
Yes, it's all about educating them and letting them know what's out there to help them in a better way. Because obviously there's tons of different processes, and obviously there's tons of different payment solutions out there. So with there so many payment solutions out there today, how does REPAY differentiate itself in this market?
Well, so a couple things that come to mind about how REPAY manages this solution differently is a lot of the solutions are going to be native to the ERP. That reduces your syncing issues, and a lot of the integrations or people that claim to have an integration will be like an outside agent, and that you're trusting that agent to facilitate things into the processor. So you have a 4-person ladder there in order to track down a single payment. With REPAY, we have we have an integrated gateway. We have access to see the payment from front to back. We have a dedicated team of subject experts to be able to manage these accounts. We also leverage a lot of our companies leverage on partners. So we deal with a lot of different VARs to help the customer with their particular workflow. And also with the addition of the accounts payable solution, the rebate, because it can be earned by the customer on the AP side, has greatly offset the cost of the credit card processing fees. So we all know that Visa and MasterCard are raising their rates constantly. So this is a good way to kind of offset that without having to push those fees off onto your customer and possibly get yourself in hot water with surcharging regulations.
Yeah, definitely. And so you probably talk to a lot of clients and prospects. What issues are top of mind for them right now in regards to payments and their ERP business systems?
I would say the how fluid the payments come in, offering more and more customers want to place the payment portion of it in the customer's hands, meaning that they initiate the payment. So that's where that click to pay has been extremely helpful there. Reduces the number of people calling in to make payments. The staff can focus on other stuff there. I would say there'd been a big push to start accepting ACH, but some of the ACH rules have changed recently. that can make that harder and not as cost effective as it was in the past. Overall, just making that transition to digital payments, it saves a ton of time and effort to have the integrated solution. And when you put all three pieces together with that total pay and the AP solution, it's worked wonders for us. So I would say that anybody struggling with one aspect can solve a lot of problems with having the all-in-one total pay.
And I think, Amy, just to expand on what Nate's saying too, is that customers really appreciate, and so do partners, having one vendor to work with when it comes to managing their payments for their clients, and being able to leverage one technology stack for AP and AR payments. And so I think that, you know, customers, when they come to us, they don't even realize that they can get that from one provider. And so being able to solve, they're coming to us to solve one solution, and then we're enlightening them, I would say, on how we can help them with the full payment automation that they need to do to maximize their efficiency internally.
Yes, and then it makes it such a nice seamless experience, which is what we all want when we're using our ERP system. So I think it's very helpful. And Nate, for all of the ERP users watching, what are you hearing from other customers and what they are looking for in a payment solution?
I would say some of the bigger pain points that are out there are going to be making sure that they're compliant. PCI compliance is something I talk about almost daily. Risk reduction with fraud, especially if they have an e-commerce shopping cart, they're more susceptible to fraud. So we have some controls in order to prevent a lot of that. Support and transparency has been something that I hear a lot about most recently. The transparency on the merchant statements, the understanding of the what are they paying for, that's been very big. Ease of integration. Liz had mentioned earlier we got an award for the ease of use. If the integration is clunky, if there's a lot of steps, things like that, people aren't going to want to use it. So we've made that a lot easier for customers to navigate. All the digital payment options, they're, like Liz had mentioned, having multiple providers that handle different parts of the payment can make it clunky, can make it hard to use. If you're using ACH on one provider, your AP is done by a different provider, your credit card processing is by this provider, and your gateway is a fourth provider. How do you track those down? So I think those are the biggest things that I'm hearing today. We've been asked for years, do you guys work with AP? And until recently, we didn't. And that has taken a big weight off of a lot of shoulders, is being able to manage those vendor payments. And of course, the rebate's nice and can offset some of the other costs.
Nate, can you expand a little bit for everybody with our AP solution, about how we help customers accept payments digitally through virtual cards, and in the event that for some reason the vendors that we're onboarding can't accept that, we can also still mail a check if we have to. Obviously, it's not the preferred method if we're trying to help customers go digital, but can you kind of walk through that process of how we enable the payments aspect for AP?
Yeah, absolutely. So the AP vendor payments, you're basically transferring all of that onto REPAY, so to speak. So the vendors you're paying today, if that vendor only accepts a check, well, we have check printing services. We can print a check, put it, mail it, postage, everything. That's nothing you have to worry about. If they're an ACH customer, then we deal with them directly on setting up that ACH to go directly to their bank from ours. But again, the virtual card payments is where we like to see most of the transactions, because that does a couple things. It earns you as the customer the rebate, and the vendors that do accept virtual card transactions, we set that up all on your behalf. So you don't have to call and sit on sit on a automated phone response and type in credit card numbers. That's something that our team will handle. And one of the more important things is the representative assistant payments, or RAPs, what we call them. So we actually enroll the vendors real time when a bill is due, and we have a representative that's going to reach out and help facilitate that payment, whether it's card, ACH, or if we need to mail them a check. Any of those work, and that takes all of that responsibility off of your AP department to handle sending checks, setting up ACHs, calling with a card every time you make a payment, and it's really freed up a lot of time for these companies to focus on other growth areas.
Yeah. And I think, Nate, our vendor network is around 195,000 and growing, right? So a lot of the vendors that our customers are working with are already enrolled in our program. And if not, we'll take the burden off of them to help enroll them. So, that is something that we offer as part of our service that really helps, to your point, optimize their AP department.
I bet.
I think so too.
Yeah. So Nate, you kind of talked a little bit about from an end user perspective. So Liz, for all the partners watching, why should someone partner with REPAY?
Yes, that's a great question, and one I love to answer given how much I'm dedicated to partnerships. But, for those that know me well, I've been in partnerships for over 20 years. And the one thing that's remained the same that defines a successful partnership is having meaningful relationships with your partners. And at REPAY, that starts with having dedicated sales and marketing reps assigned to our partners. We know that we are not the only ISV that our partners are working with. And so we try to make it as easy as possible for our partners by acting as an extension of their team. And we offer lots of resources such as co-branded marketing and sales enablement tools. We actually just recently this year launched a new REPAY partner portal where partners can go out and not only apply for our partnership, but they can also, once they're accepted, submit leads through that, access their sales pipeline real time so that we keep in lockstep throughout the whole sales process. They can access their commission data. And we also have a marketing center as part of our partner portal where partners can leverage turnkey campaigns to help drive demand and go to market together. And so, when I talk to partners about why they should partner with, those are some of the key things I talk about, on top of the fact that our seamless technology and integrations provide a payment solution that is not only easy for the partner and the customer to set up, but as we've mentioned over and over again today, it's a one tech stack for AR and AP payments that customers love because they have one vendor to work with to manage both their AR and AP payments. And so if you are a partner listening today and you're not currently partnered with REPAY, we'd love to have you join our partner program, which is of no cost to you. It's free to apply. And you can do that online at partner.repay.com.
Yes, and we'll include that link in the recording email as well as in the LinkedIn comments when we post this video. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your payment expertise. Before we wrap it up, I do want you, if you have anything, final notes, final things you want to share with us, and we do have one question for you guys too.
Sure. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. This has been a fun experience, AB, being on LinkedIn Live. And if you are interested in learning more about REPAY, you can go to our website at repay.com. Out there, you'll find information on our payment acceptance and AP automation features, as well as the key verticals we serve and some of our key integrations. And you can also reach out to Nate and I directly on LinkedIn. I encourage you to do that. And whether you're a prospective customer or partner on the phone or on LinkedIn Live today, we would love to have a discovery call with you to learn how we might be able to help you. And so, Amy, I think you're going to bring up a screen here with a QR code that people can snap and go and schedule a discovery call with our team. And for simply having a call with our team, we will send you a voucher for a free lunch on us.
Yes, I'm going to put that link in the show, and I just put that link in the chat. I'll put that link in the LinkedIn Live comments as well as the QR code. So I can't find that right now, but I will include all that information in the follow-up email with the recording, as well as in the LinkedIn Live comments and show notes. So make sure you check out all that information there. And we have one question for you guys. from Daryl. Do you have an ability to associate the AR customer receipts to the specific invoices being paid by the customer to push that into the ERP system? I support Microsoft, GP, and Business Central, and I hear this issue from some of the customers.
On Business Central, I believe yes. With workflows being kind of walking a little different from customer to customer, I would encourage, Daryl, if you'd like, we could probably jump on a demo here someday soon, and we can walk through. If you want to show me the exact issue or where that's coming from, we can evaluate if that's possible. Sure.
Okay, so I'll share Daryl's information with you guys so you guys can work on that and show him that. He says thank you.
That'd be great.
So thank you. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us this week, this month, I should say, for What's the Buzz. Second Tuesday of every month, 4 o'clock on Zoom and the LinkedIn Live. So please make sure you tune in and hear what we are saying, what we have going on in this space, because there's always something new. There's always some great information out there that we love to share. So thank you again for joining us this month. We appreciate it. And thank you, Liz and Nate from REPAY, for joining me this month as well. Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
Amy. Thanks, everyone.